Well, the Idaho Steelheads getting ready to open up a 3-game home series against the three-time defending Kelly Cup champions in the Florida Everblades, and it's a rematch for Idaho of the 2023 Kelly Cup Finals. Cam McGuire here, sitting alongside head coach Everett Sheen. Well, Sheener, I'm sure when the schedule came out this past offseason, this was a matchup that yourself and a lot of the returning players from that team had highlighted.
Yeah, absolutely. There's probably 6 or 7 guys off the top of my head that were on that team that unfortunately lost the Kelly Cup Finals there to Florida. So, yeah, we've been looking forward to this one. I mean, they're a top team in the league, so it's going to be a very good challenge for us.
Yeah, we'll get into the matchup in a second. Let's look back to last weekend. You guys pick up a split against Utah, fell 4-1 on Friday, then a victory 3-2 on Saturday. And focusing specifically on one line here, which we'll see stay the same here tonight. A.J. White, Patrick Moynihan, and Patrick Kudla. Cud scoring on Friday. Patrick Moynihan scoring his first goal as a Steelhead on Saturday. That was a line that was pretty darn good for you guys in those 2 games.
I thought they clicked instantly. I mean, even Kudla being a D-man playing forward, I know he grew up playing forward, and he's a very skilled hockey player, so he can slide in anywhere and really help contribute to a line. So, yeah, they were quite good last weekend, and looking to keep them together at least here for tonight until we can maybe get some bodies up front and move Kudla back to the back end.
Yeah, you mentioned getting some bodies up front. You'll play with Kudla up again as well. You'll play with 11 forwards. I know there's still some guys trying to get here, some trades that you made, and obviously some players still out with injury. So, not to make an excuse, but just the reality of it is you're heading into this game against a very high-caliber opponent, a little bit shorthanded.
No, absolutely. Like I said, we've still got 2 guys trying to get here through the big snowstorms in the Midwest, and had another guy go down with a sickness early this week too, so he won't be available tonight. So we're a little shorthanded going against a very good team, but believe in every guy in that room, and we just have to make sure we commit to keeping it simple and being hard to play against.
Well, you guys played shorthanded a little bit last week as well, and you managed to kind of fight back and battle through some resiliency. So, early into the new calendar year here, you never know what's going to happen, and we've talked off camera. It seems like the last couple of years that this kind of always happens right around this time, and you'll find a way to get through it, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's never a bad thing to go through some adversity, especially if we can, down the stretch, get into playoffs there and, just knowing that we've kind of what we've been through as a group and to get to where we need to get to is, there's never a bad thing with adversity. We just got to face it head on.
Well, they always say you can't win a championship in the regular season. We've seen that with Florida, right? The last couple of years, they kind of find themselves fighting for a playoff spot late in the year, and obviously we know what's happened with them the last couple of seasons. You haven't seen this team now, in over 2 years. I know they've got a lot of familiar faces as well, a Florida team, which you're very familiar with, and their head coach and Brad Ralph, and a team that's always going to play hard. They're always physical. They're always big, and they're always a little bit older, too.
Yeah, they're also very structured. They're committed to playing a very simple game, and they're very good at it. But they also, like I said, you have an older group, a very veteran presence group with a lot of skill, and obviously their goalie Cam Johnson, he's one of the better goalies in the league, so they're always a tough matchup, but looking forward to it.
Florida holding their opponents to less than 2 goals this season. I mean, you talk about a guy, Cam Johnson. He's been on this Florida team for those 3 Kelly Cups. He was the MVP of the playoffs one of those years. You certainly are going to respect him heading into tonight's game, but how do you kind of make his life a little bit challenging and a little hard?
We have to make sure we're going to the paint. Any goalie, at this level is going to stop pucks that he can see. So we need to, make him have to battle through some traffic. Maybe get right to the top of the blue paint, and make him feel a little bit uncomfortable. Just really make it tough for him to see the puck get into the net, and make it tough for him to make a save.
In terms of your goaltending position, too, it'll be a great goaltending matchup. We'll see Thomas Scholl go here for, I believe it's going to be his 5th or 6th appearance of the year. Talk about the decision to get Scholl going here against a really high-caliber team.
Yeah, I mean, Scholey's played well in the games he's been in. Probably come out later this month. We only have him for a limited amount of time, so I want to be able to get him his games moving forward here, especially towards the end of this month. But I'm excited to have him going tonight.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Best of luck and have some fun tonight.
Thanks a lot, Cam.